any mother would understand the feeling of just trying to keep it all together.
He looks pretty good. Yeah,
I had to really get serious with myself and say, this is not healthy.
Would you look at that? Jennifer Garner, previously married to Ben Affleck, apparently received word of his ex's impending wedding to Jennifer Lopez in Georgia. Not only that, but it seems she received an invitation as well. People are now wondering how Garner reacted to Ben and Jlo's second wedding and how it would affect their relationship later on.
You'll never beat me.
The fabulous party took place around July at the actor's mansion in Riceboro, Georgia. And her 3 children, Affleck, Violet 16, Seraphina 13, and Sam 11, were also in attendance. The festivities commemorating Lopez and Affleck's marriage are more than ecstatic to get underway later that day, with the significant event on Saturday and a family barbecue on Sunday. Ben's parents and all 3 children have made an appearance in Georgia. Lopez's mother, Guadalupe, her sister Linda, and her twin daughters Emmy and Max. According to prior reports from city sources, the mother of 2 was, based on the words of reliable sources, to be glowing when she went to a spa in Savannah in the days leading up to the big event.
I'm just excited to be living in the present right now. That's my focus. It's like, be in the moment.
Courtney Victor, the owner of Glow Med Spa, told People magazine that the group was extremely low-key and kind, and that Jennifer Lopez looked absolutely perfect. Victor made these comments. The joyful pair then renewed their wedding vows at Ben's beautiful home in Riceboro, Georgia, which is located on 87 acres and cost $8 million. For the property itself, they transformed the simple barn into a spectacular chapel for the ceremony. However, there was some turmoil in the days leading up to their big day when there was a summons for an ambulance for Chris Ann Bolt, Ben's mother. She suffered a leg wound after falling off the deck of the wedding property. After Ben supposedly found her outside, sources spotted the emergency truck on the Riceboro property in photographs released by the Daily Mail. After obtaining sutures for the wound, his mother was also in the hospital. She was sitting in a wheelchair with a bandage over her leg. Nevertheless, there was much anticipation for her to make a full recovery, and according to her, she will be there for her son's wedding to his new wife. That is, if all of it goes according to plan. Fortunately, she did. On the other hand, Garner would not be present to see John Miller. The website said that the star of 13 Going on 30 had wished the couple the best.
Never hurry, never worry. One step at a time.
Additionally, she said that she absolutely supports the idea of her kids being there.
I love the idea of celebrating that parenting is about time.
However, she has stated that she would not appear, which is reasonable given that the ex-wife does not typically attend the wedding of her former partner. According to a source, Garner also seemed to have obtained an invitation for the wedding. However, she rejected it. As a result, news has come to light that the celebrity will be working in the state of Texas. Jennifer Garner is extremely hard at work on a project in Texas and sadly won't be attending the wedding celebration.
When I am overwhelmed, I put myself first by saying, go gentle on yourself.
But she's been supportive of her kids being there and is generally positive about the entire thing, the insider claimed. There's nothing more essential to her than the happiness of her children, so the fact they feel welcomed and at ease and have bonded with J-Lo and her children is just the most pleasing thing she could wish for, according to a second insider who told the site that Garner even congratulated Jennifer. And a success it was. Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez happily exchanged their vows in front of their A-list guests at a vast house in Riceboro, Georgia. The guests, including Affleck's longtime friend Matt Damon and his wife Luciana Barroso, dressed white to complement the elaborate light-colored decorations and floral arrangements.
The theme of today's whole story is I got it from my mom.
And among the guests was also Affleck. The ceremony also revealed appearances made by Kevin Smith, the director of Clerks, as well as actor Jason Mewes and both of their wives.
If that money doesn't show, then you owe me, oh. My jungle love, yeah.
Lopez donned a white Ralph Lauren gown with a long, flowing train and veil, and Ben Affleck wore a tuxedo with a white jacket and black pants. They were captured on camera making their way down a white aisle with their children behind them. Jay Shetty, a well-known podcaster and life coach, served as the officiant for the event. The ceremony concluded with a passionate kiss shared by the couple on Saturday. The two then shared their first kiss as husband and wife in front of photographers, and that wonderful kiss got perfectly captured on camera. Fans of the two have expressed their utmost love for the newlyweds since then. One Twitter user wrote, "Jen and Ben, wishing you joy and happiness on your wedding day filled with everything you've ever wished for today and always." Additionally, famous actor Rainn Wilson, who attended the wedding, expressed his joy at being there. On Twitter, he wrote, "Ben and Jen threw the wedding of the century. I was proud and extremely humbled to be there. Their love is something like a Roman candle. I'm in pure awe at the beauty of Benifer and all that word stands for. Ben, thanks for those new golf clubs. LOL. Jlo, I have those new dance moves down. Ha. Hashtag Benifer." Even Casey Affleck, Ben's brother, showed all his love for the two in an Instagram post. The caption said, "Good things are worth waiting for. Here's to twists and turns, new beginnings, and finding new reservoirs of old love." Whereas, according to information provided by TMZ, which they obtained from Page 6, the former Mrs. Affleck appeared to be with her father and her boyfriend John Miller, a businessman. Both of them seemed to be accompanying her on the expedition.
This is so much fun. It's what everyone needs, is just the feeling of yes.
At one point, she paused to take a picture with one of her admirers. Very fashionable of her, wouldn't you say? According to the information provided by the source, Ben would always consider Jennifer Garner as family, so of course he offered an invitation. As a result of the two's growing friendship, Jlo was in for it. She was entirely on board with the idea of inviting the mother of his children. Jennifer is aware of how much her stepchildren admire Jlo, and she has no problem with her stepchildren developing a close relationship with their new stepmother. Jennifer has offered her warmest wishes to them and is confident that the event will be a stunning success. As for the two lovebirds, a source revealed to People on Friday that Affleck 50 and Lopez 53 had an exceptional weekend of celebrations planned.
Love, when you are lucky enough to find it, is so sacred and special.
It also included a pre-wedding party, a ceremony, and lots of fun lined up. According to the source, Lopez is involved, as the source claims, is beyond thrilled about the preparations, and their children will also participate in the festive celebration. In her own words, "This weekend is going to be simply stunning." Not only that, but according to a second source, the newlyweds had plans to have a bigger celebration so that they can rejoice with family and friends. The reliable source continued, "They have not yet decided how they would spend their honeymoon." However, Jennifer claims that every day she spends with Ben is just like being on the honeymoon.
You never could imagine something like that could happen.
I'm happy.
It's a beautiful thing.
It is.
Jennifer has had the firm conviction that this is it ever since they picked up their relationship again and began dating. She is beyond thrilled at the prospect of becoming older alongside Ben, according to the insider. Lopez cannot express how pleased and fulfilled she feels with Ben. She had absolutely nothing else she could have wished for. She believes that everything is just right. Well, as they say, love always finds a way. And it seems like everyone seems content with how things are now. And with that, we can only anticipate the future they will all take part in together. In the meantime, check this video out next. It's a guarantee that it is just as entertaining as this one.